What's up, y'all? Today, I feel like it would kind of be important to somewhat introduce myself because I feel like when you get a little bit like more audience, I haven't gained much, but I feel like 60 subscribers since the start of the summer when I started my little thing, my little shindig back up. I feel like that's enough to kind of, tell y'all who I am, where I'm at in my life, and kind of what I like to do. So, for starters, my name is Malachi Carter. If you did not know, a lot of my subscribers like know me, like IRL. I'm not gonna sit and act like I have a audience that is scoped beyond the range of, but I do have some people that probably have never seen me in their life. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't. So yeah, that's my name. What else? I live in Texas, have my whole life pretty much, and yeah, like basically I'm a Southern person. So if I make any references that you're not kind of familiar with, especially with the food aspect, because I know a lot of Southern foods are kind of iffy. But don't worry, I don't indulge in chillings. I don't do that. I just know about it. But yeah, if I make any of those type of references, like a country thing, like I don't live in the butt crack of country, but I mean, like I know that background. That's what that is. I really like video games. I like horror. Like growing up, I was so like scared of horror movies. But I mean, like that's like a lot of kids. Like you don't want to have nightmares. I didn't have many nightmares about them, but it's just I didn't like being scared or nothing. But I find myself loving horror and I love games. So I mean, that's what the whole horror game shindig comes from. Those are my favorite types of games to play because as exhilarating and as, let's see, as much as it makes me feel like I'm about to pass out, I love playing horror games. Gets the juices flowing, gets the heart pumping, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I love playing games and I love playing horror games. And any game you could think of, I like, well, not any game, but games in general, I like playing them. I don't just play horror games, but that's why I like to play for y'all because I feel like horror games bring out a certain thing in me that is just like funny. Like I'm telling you, like I'm a pretty funny person. Pretty funny person. I feel like, and people have told me, but I feel like horror games just like bring out a side in me. Cause like y'all can see, like when I'm talking here, I'm very like, I'm a low speaker. My regular voice is very low. When I play them horror games and stuff, I don't know, I've been getting high. I think I think it's the fact that I'm scared and I'm stressed. Like, especially when I be playing like Fears to Fathom, things like that, when I don't know what's coming next, but I know somebody pop off because it's a horror story. Like, I just be so like, so that's what that comes from, all that energy. That's why I like playing like games like that because it brings out like a side of me that is very comical that I love to like put in front of y'all. For my videos and things like that. But I know that it's important to kind of get down to the nitty gritty like this and just talk. Just use your mouth. Use your mouth. Pause it. But yeah, I really like doing this, and like I've always loved like computer things and like editing and stuff. Like I love editing, but it time consuming isn't the word. Like, and for me to still be in school and still trying to bring videos to y'all like on this basis, on that consistency, it's tough. And I also have a little job too. I am of the employed variant, if y'all must know. So I have a lot of things filling my day. When I'm not at school or at work, I'm recording for y'all and editing. So I'm very booked and busy, as they say, but I love doing it and I love filling my day with productivity. I don't like just sitting around all day. It makes me feel like I'm wasting my life. Like I'm only 16, but it's like, because it just makes me feel like I'm not doing anything, and life does not stop. That timer on your life, because we don't live forever. That timer on your life is continuing to move, whether you're doing something or not. So I feel like I want to fill my days doing something, so that when I'm old and decrepit, I can settle down and not have to worry about it. But no, I feel like it's important to like have things to do. So that's why I like doing a lot of things. I like being in endeavors. I like doing this like as a lifestyle, like the whole YouTube thing. Like it's just fun to me for it to be making like a very, you know, genuine connection with people that love what you do and what you like bring to them. You know, like the videos you bring forward, like, you know, I love that positive engagement. I like the negative too, because sometimes the negative can tell you what you need to work on, but there are some people out there that just hate to hate, and I'm looking at you and I'm telling you that you need to get some. You know what you need to get? Hold on, I'll be right back with what you need to get. If you one of them people that like to hate for no reason, one of these would do you very well, okay? But yeah, I love what I like do, and I love like the people I have around me are very supportive for the most part. But yeah, I like what I do. I like what, you know, this type of like thing brings, because it's something that I've always like loved doing, like the graphic design aspect. Like doing YouTube is like, it brings a lot of skills to the forefront. Like you gotta know, you know, have a kind of a basic, you know, level of knowledge about some technology things, and all that. And, you know, if you edit your own videos like I do, and I really kind of want to continue to do, because I mean, like, when you have somebody do it for you, not that I have the money to do that right now, but even if I did, like, it's just like, why? Because they can't bring that same authenticity that you have with, you know, your own videos. I feel like you and your own videos kind of make that sync with each other, and that way you can edit it in a way it just flows. It flows, you know, through the editor. But what am I talking? If you know, you know. Okay, that's all I gotta say. But yeah, I just like what I do. Like I love doing like graphic design and things like that. Like all that stuff interests me. So this is just an added plus, like, you know, being able to do this, just as like, it's a hobby now, but I mean, like, who says that it can't become nothing bigger? And so, yeah, I always make it a point to believe in myself, because I know I can do all things through my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13, look it up. But yeah, I you know, I have to look to God for a lot of things in my life. And I like, even, you know, with my age, I make it a point to be very about my Father's business, because there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm young, like I have time. Like these days now, you know, you never know. You never know what you're gonna have time for. There's no day nor the hour that any man, even anybody in heaven, knows, you know, when, you know, it's gonna be that time to get right with God and everything. And like I had to, you know, pray the other day. I was like, Lord, the school year is coming up. Like it's coming through quick, and it's gonna be hard trying to work and then like do this and stuff like that. I had to just ask, you know, like, give me strength, give me resilience, give me the ability to, you know, have all these things on my plate and still, you know, not, you know, burn myself out, and, you know, still be able to do them at an effective level. And I trust in him, put all my faith in him. And I know he'll get me through it. And I'm gonna try my hardest to be very consistent. Because I do make that a point. Like, even though I'm not the biggest by any means, I'm not even making any type of like coin from this, but that's not all that matters to me. I just like doing this. But I mean, it's obviously something I look forward to, but it's just something I like doing at the end of the day. And I like, you know, seeing the support that comes with it, because like I know everything you do with God in mind pays off, you know. I'm not saying like this is something I do, like, you know, that thing, like everything you do for Christ shall last. Like, I'm not saying that this is something that's well, it can be, because I like to put, you know, pieces of the Bible in my videos, just trying to spread it out as much as I can, because I like making that a point as well. You're never too young, you're never too, you know, unimportant or unseen or unpopular to, you know, spread a little Jesus every now and then. So I feel like it's very important to do that. That's why I do that in my videos. And I try to mention, you know, him when I can, because not everybody's gonna have my faith or share my faith, and you don't even have to like, I'm not making that like a like a thing like, oh, if you don't like God, get off my channel. I'll never do that. But I feel like as a Christian, it's very important to push that, because I mean, that's kind of our job here. Like when everything boils down, like, what did you do for Christ? But enough with that. Yeah, just I thank God for everything in my life, you know, having what I have, being raised by the people that raised me, because without that, I feel like without that proper foundation, I feel like I wouldn't be, you know, as cognizant and as being cognizant of like who I am as a person and what I need to do. Cause I feel like that's kind of hard, like when you don't have that upbringing, like with that, you know, kind of instills those principles. It can be kind of hard to, you know, have that knowledge and have that schema of already knowing what you need to be doing with your life and how you should approach people and everything. Like just important aspects you need for your life. It can be kind of hard when you don't have a proper upbringing. So that's why I was thank God for it, because those like things that you learn as a like kid and teen and stuff like that, but like it kind of like you carry that your whole life. Because if you're spending your like early years of your adult life, you know, learning things that you should be doing, like learning about life, it's gonna be hard for you to start. So I feel like me having that wisdom already, you know, kind of being old for my age and having like being mature for my age, as people like to say, I'm thankful for that, because wisdom is a gift from God. It really is. It's something. It's not something to be looked at as like you're old. It's really a gift, because some people, you know, don't, and some people choose to not have it, but some people just don't have it because they just weren't like, they weren't, you know, given it. They weren't raised that way. And so I always thank God for giving me, you know, kind of sense to be the best person I can be while I'm here, and, you know, wanting to touch people any kind of way I, you know, can. Like right now, like I try to touch people with my videos, whether that be just, you know, spiritually, like with my faith, or that be just providing a positive example, or just something that you can come like and kind of wind down to, you know, like it don't gotta be nothing too serious. I can just be somebody you watch like leisurely, like just someone you come home, turn the lights off, get the Cheetos and the Doritos and whatnot, whatever you eat, and, you know, just turn me on. Whoa. Just, you know, cut my video on and, you know, just chillax. I hate using that word because it's so old, but but yeah, I just want to be like the best like example I can be. And I'm not perfect by any means, but I mean, I feel like everyone should want to be better. Like I want to be better as a person by spreading as much positivity as I can in any way. So I hope these videos do that for y'all, and I hope that God blesses me to have the ability to still make them, because I mean, it is what I like to do. It's what I want to do. It's what I'm comfortable doing. Because like you could always live a typical life, you know, 9 to 5. That's just not what nobody wants. Sadly, that's not what everybody gets, to just, you know, be able to do what they want. But I mean, like, you should always try, right? I don't know. But I don't know where I was going with that. I guess just praying that my efforts work out, you know. That was just me talking a little bit about how who I am, how I feel, where I'm at in my own life. Just to kind of introduce myself to y'all a little bit, people who don't know me. And even if you did know me, if you're watching, you might not have known a lot of my intentions behind what I do on this channel. And yeah, I just feel like that was very important to do. Are we having a moment right now? Are we, you know, we connecting right now? No, we're not. Okay, my bad. I got too comfortable. My bad. Anyways, I love y'all. Thank you guys for the gradual support. Okay, increasing but gradual. I love y'all. Stay safe out there in this treacherous world. Please do. Stay blessed, because I mean, his blessings come down every day. Okay. Peace.